afternoon, a Cincinnati police officer shot and wounded a man inside an apartment building in West Price Hill yesterday afternoon. And that man, Jarvis Harris, was arraigned this morning on charges that include felonious assault and drug possession. Now, someone called 911 about a man with a gun at an apartment building on West 8th Street near Hermosa, and officers say they encountered the 23-year-old in the hallway. They say that Harris reached into his waistband and pulled out a handgun, and that a police sergeant fired a shot, grazing Harris in the abdomen. They say that Harrison threw his weapon out of a window. Police did find it later. Local 12's Jeff Hirsch has been at the news conference detailing what happened. He joins us now with the very latest on this. Good afternoon, Jeff.
Good afternoon, John. This is the first officer-involved shooting incident for Elliot Isaac as interim police chief, although as he's moved up through administrative ranks, he has certainly covered a number over his lengthy career. He did outline some of the facts you said and also gave a little bit more information, actually a lot more information. The officer involved who fired the shot is Sergeant Brian Trotta. He is an 18-year veteran of the police department, and a brief look at his personnel jacket, which was provided, shows he's got an excellent career, a lot of commendations. The acting chief or interim chief said he was an outstanding officer, good record. Actually had been shot once, apparently in the knee at one point in time in his career, but so he had some unfortunate experience with this situation. But there were two other officers also who went into that building. Sergeant Trotta was on the point, as they say, and he was the one who encountered not one but two individuals, and the one named Harris is the one who said pulled the gun. And let's listen to what the chief says as an explanation here.
As Sergeant Trotta made his way up the stairwell, he encountered two subjects at the top of the landing, as you can see depicted in the picture here. Sergeant Trotta ordered both subjects to show their hands. One of the subjects, now identified as Jarvis Harris, a male 23 years of age, began to draw a firearm from his waistband. Seeing this, Sergeant Trotta discharged 2 rounds from his service weapons at Mr. Harris. One struck him in the left side, in the hip area, causing a grazing wound.
And Harris was taken to the hospital, not serious injuries. There was another person. The other person who was identified as being in there was named Titus Bell. He was also taken into custody. The interim chief says that both of the men threw their guns out of the window, and those guns were recovered outside, and those guns are believed to be stolen. They're working on tracking that down now. Interestingly, about an hour and a half ago, the city manager, Harry Black, said that Elliot Isaac is his choice, basically, for police chief, although he will go through a vetting process with a variety of interviews and public screening and things like that. So I asked him, well, what do you think? He said, well, I'm honored. I basically want the job, but if I don't get it, I tried and I'll go back to where I was. But he's sort of in the catbird seat to get that position. Not related to what happened today, but still he was there, so we asked him. Live at District 1, Jeff Hirsch, Local 12 News. Back to you.
All right, Jeff, thank you for that update.